Cheers. Schon wieder paper. It's like everyone is using WhatsApp and everyone is using paper. Okay, big surprise. It might be one of the last AMAs because we have an idea for a new format. We will keep on discussing that. Okay, but anyhow, these are questions right now. Would you take us through your journey working on phone without laptop? You mentioned in some of your recent videos. I do that all the time. What do you mean, or take through the journey? First thing, it's actually you have to change your attitude towards the phone. We just had a workshop and people were discussing how is that possible to work from the phone. The screen is too small and you don't have a keyboard and certain apps are not working, and that's part of the journey. You actually want to realize what is not working to fix it, or to realize, for example, like speech to text, we made a video about that it's much faster than using a keyboard. So I actually feel awkward using the keyboard if you compare that to the speech to text function. Another thing, these things have artificial intelligence built in. They're smarter than most of the laptops we're using. I mean, you pay for an iPhone already 1,000 to 1,200 euros, which is ridiculous. So these things are so expensive, you want to leverage them. It's more an attitude, and it helped me a lot to go back and focus on the stuff that is actually important to me as a leader, lead the company and focus on my work. Does that answer the question? MP? In the future of work, do we need an intranet, or is it more 90s IT? Will, for example, Slack, a few apps be enough to replace the intranet? The intranet is 90s IT, yes. Okay, Slack is hard to replace that because Slack sometimes loses certain information. You want to use Slack in a way that you use the threads, like answering certain questions in a thread, that you keep it all bound together. But still, if you use the threads, it's not the best source for information. We use and leverage Google, but you can also do that with Office 365. Google has an app called Cloud Search and Office 365 has an app called Delphs, and these two are the options to leverage search, and that's the key. So yes, the internet is 90s IT. Can you talk about how you manage your personal Blackbolt and Blackbolt's branding? What are the differences? Good question. We even discussed that in the team. So we have the brand and we have Blackbolt. And we thought it's not a good idea as a small consultancy. We're growing fast, but we're still not 100,000 people or not even 1,000 people. We're a few people and we're less than my last company. But we said it's easier to tell a story as a person. And we see the future of branding in using people as a brand, because people want to see people. So since I'm the founder of Blackbolt and I will be part of Blackbolt all the time, this is linked together. And any content I share, I want to make sure it's useful content anyway. So to me, it's not always, it doesn't need to be Blackbolt related content. I mean, sometimes I share my meditation hacks, sometimes I talk about focus, so not everything is Blackbolt related. So that's how we manage that. But we're currently looking into someone who's directing the brand and who's helping with making sure how we actually distribute the content that we have. So if you have an idea for someone who is in Hamburg and wants to do that, that's a good question. A question for the next AMA: why not stop a company's growth once it's reached a certain size? Is it because some CEOs are driven by money, influence and fame? I think it is nice to provide a great infrastructure, good and safe jobs with fair wages, interesting projects. At some point, sizes will bring many more problems for everybody involved. Wow, that's a challenging question. Challenging questions are the questions, I think, at the end of the scale that you need to think about a little bit. So we will answer this question in the next episode.